Hi guys, today we are talking about all of the awful uses of icons and all of the great ones that could be too. When I was traveling through Europe backpacking in November, I came across this screen and it made me feel exactly how I feel about icons. They're confusing, they are too repetitive, and what the fuck is happening? We just don't know. So we're going to talk about some awful ones here. There is a little robot in the top corner. You'll see that robot is not just for chat spots. That's actually where you add new users to. Who would have known it was hiding behind a robot? And then on this screen, in the top right corner, you will see there is a little alarm clock. But surprise, it's not an alarm clock. It's actually your notifications. All right. On this screen, we have an in-home app, and then in the bottom, you can see there is a wand if you want to be Harry Potter. There is also a paperclip that looks like a, what do you call those things? We call those pencils. On RTA, we have double the icons. So if you open the hamburger menu, you see double. It's kind of overwhelming, right? And then here we have the infamous Instagram icon, which was for private messages, and they removed this because nobody knew what it was. Of course. My mom just recently told me there's outboxes too. And then, so they switched it to this middle icon, and the middle icon is now private messages, which in my opinion looks a lot like the iOS icon for your location. And then something crazy happened. The Nike Plus app just updated, and they brought back the inbox icon in the bottom corner that Instagram removed. Now we have favorites. So the heart and the star. Sometimes they're used as the same, and sometimes they're used as different ones. And then if you're iOS, you get to be super cool, and you get to use it as your favorites, and you're featured instead of people's chosen items. And then if we keep creating all of these icons that mean the same exact thing, we might end up with Lucky Charms. So if anyone knows the song, hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and this is the screen from my dentist. I'll save you counting. There are 92 icons on this screen, and my dentist could identify 6 or 7 of them. Changing behavior is hard, and we work really hard as UXers to pick the items that we want our people to learn. But I'm concerned that if we have every single different app teaching someone a new behavior, that it might start to get a little bit overwhelming. So we might want to start working on figuring out what's really important to change. Here are some tips for using icons. So here we have kids. Kids really need icons because they can't read when they're younger, so using the home buttons and the play buttons. Here, LA Fitness shows us what not to do with icons. Let's give them some value, make them worth something, because not even icons like to be put in a corner. So let's just find some use for them. Titles are great. As you can see, this was taken rather recently. And so nobody would know what the cool outage map icon would be unless it had a title. So those are great. I also really appreciate the Mint app, if any of you guys use it. They use icons as well, and they did use one for their featured icon too, which I thought was interesting. I know it says I spent $921 this month, but I can assure you that is all student loans. Yelp has some as well, and I really like theirs because they have a lot of icons. I'm still not quite sure what this one is right here because it kind of looks like a dump truck and also looks like a locomotive. Context is important. So if you can't use labels, really try to make something, really try to make it fit in the space so that people know what it is. So to sum that up, use labels if you can. Use the universal symbols from AIGA. You can find those online. Context is fantastic, and make sure to test that shit. Thank you.